You could end up spending more money on your bike than you would if you had gotten it maintained with a minimal amount of fee. And a lot of these things you can do yourself, and I'll show you quite a few of these things right now. Doing this mobile bicycle repair business has been a big dream of mine. I spent many years working in a bike shop, honing my skills to be able to do this very thing. I really do enjoy doing this, so it's a lot of fun for me. The things that you need to do to properly maintain your bike would be, first off, correct air pressure. You want to take a look at the back end here, make sure that that rear wheel is straight. Look at the brake pads, make sure those are still fresh. Stem needs to be tight, wheels need to be tight, pedals need to be tight. They all support your weight. That's bare bones the most important thing that I could tell you. Anything that is going to be catastrophic if it comes loose definitely needs to be addressed, and often. Your tire has an inner tube. The inner tube is what holds the air. The valve is attached to the tube. The inner tube goes inside of the tire, and that's what keeps the pressure here. This valve here is where you'd inflate it, and before you inflate it, it's important to look at the sidewall of the tire to see what the maximum pressure is. If you do go over the maximum, the tire is likely to come off of the rim, and the tube is likely to go bang. And it's not a fun thing. You'll know when you need to maintain your bicycle, and keep in mind it's different for everybody based on how much you ride. One of the telltale signs is when you pull your brake lever, if the brake lever were able to go all the way to the grip, you would feel how loose it is. When your brake is loose, it's definitely a good time to get it serviced. This brake is not going to the grip, so it doesn't necessarily need to be adjusted right now. If you can look at your wheel and see the brake pads back here and find a way to get it off the ground like I have this one, so that you can spin the wheel, and if you can stick your head back here and see where the brake pad and the rim are, if the rim is bent, the rim will be bent, so it will come in and touch one of the brake pads. If a rim is so bent that it's touching the brake pad and it's worn the brake pad out and it's touching the frame, this part, your wheel is too bent to repair. You need to go ahead and get a new wheel. One of the most important things to check on your bike is the stem and the handlebar. If you can pinch this between your legs and twist it like this and you see it move, you know that your stem is too loose. Now, it might take a special tool to get in there to be able to tighten it, but if you can tell that it's loose like that, you need to take it to a bike shop or tighten that bolt. The majority of bicycles have this type of axle and this type of nut, and this is a 15 millimeter, so that's good to have in your bicycle repair toolkit. So if you're gonna see if it's tight enough, put the wrench on there, turn it righty-tighty. Right now I can't even move it any more than that because it's so tight, so you want to leave it right there. Check the other side. Remember, it's opposite now, so you're looking at a different face of the nut, so you need to make sure you're still going righty-tighty clockwise. That's nice and tight too. The next thing we want to take a look at is the pedals. That same wrench that you use for the axle nuts, you can use to make sure that this pedal is tight. Now, to make sure it's tight, you want to turn it towards the handlebar on both sides. Now keep in mind the pedals are going to move as you do this, so you might have to have a second person hold the pedals if you can't hold the pedals and do this yourself. And both of these are nice and tight. Try to be simple about it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't frustrate yourself. Have fun with it. Bicycles are fun. I don't know if you ever tried taking apart a bicycle as a kid, but it was an experience unlike any other.